If you go back a couple years, the dining hall, especially the space where we prepare the food, was a third of the size. And when we think back to that time, I don't know how we ever made it through Parents' Weekend. Seriously, it was insane how we were working on top of each other. And these are the guys that check in every morning and, you know, take whatever kind of plans have been in place and change them and build an amazing facility. To give you an idea of what's been done here, and I encourage you to kind of walk through this back space with the knowledge. I know you've been back there. That whole area where you do dishes was outside the walls of the building. The whole upper deck, if you haven't been up there, please get up there today, is really the footprint of the expansion. And what John and Jeff did is they said, look, we're out on the edge of the ocean harm way here. Not only did we expand our coastline with some fill, but we built a cistern, like what is a 30,000 gallon cistern in the back corner here that not only captures all the water from this roof, but acts as a seawall. And that's just one part of the story that allows us to now much more comfortably take care of a big event like Parents' Weekend. So I really want to thank these guys for building it and their teams for making it happen. And the story about the Paterakis family is tied very much to these ladies and this gentleman he only gets involved at Parents' Weekend, really, to be honest with you. But we need him, and he looks good, doesn't he? But to give you an example of tie-in, right? When Kristen and Chuck arrived yesterday, the first hug Kristen was looking for was not from Chris Maxey. It was from Becca Goodman, because Becca was the homestay parent and obviously the cook for Kristen during her time here. Every time she's come back to this campus, she's either stayed with Becca again or obviously spent time with her in the kitchen. And so part of this sharing was not just, hey, Paterakis family, will you guys help us build a kitchen? It was taking care of people. And the giant mixer back here especially is thinking about Becca's shoulders and back that's been making, you know, 50 loaves of bread every other day since she's been working here, and all the other kinds of resources that this building and this opportunity has brought to bear. So as we celebrate the chefs, the surrogate mothers, surrogate brother, and the Paterakis family, Chuck, will you please come up now too?
Sure.
I want you to think about that kind of connection. So let's give these guys a hand. Chuck, would you like to say a few words before you cut the ribbon here?
Sure. My daughter, Kristen, who came in '04, she is not here right now because she's taking a nap. I guess she's enjoying the marina over there, but she'll be here shortly. And I'm very proud of her. And if you see her later on today, you let her know that her parents are very proud of her, not just the type of person she is, but the type of person she became ever since she's come here. After she left here, she stayed in the career of being in environmental. She went to Duke for 4 years, and now she's getting some grad school, and her future is marine biology, anthropology, and I would never expected that as a parent before she came here. So the program does work. The synergies are unbelievable. As far as this dedication, the parents, please do not ever commit to anything when you're here, because I sat here that night and said, this is crazy. How do you expect all these people to sit there and have dinner? And that was it, because after I went home, I started getting phone calls from this guy in New Jersey. He says, what do you want to do about it? My family, we have a family business back in Baltimore, and we do a lot of things for charities, Ronald McDonald House, multiple sclerosis. But personally, I have never done anything as big a scan as this. This was a 5-year project that I committed to them, and it turns out that once I got into it, it wasn't about how I was going to come up with the money for them. You used the word earlier, resources. I use my resources of my friends, my family, my customers, my suppliers. And once my daughter and I spread the word about what we learned here during this process, it was very easy to get the money. Matter of fact, I committed 5 years, And I'm letting Chris know as of this December, the whole amount will be paid for, which is half the time that I committed.
All right.
So, congratulations. And the last thing I can say, I only can encourage all the alumni and all the parents, is it doesn't matter now if you have the money or later on, but just remember, sooner or later, if you do have the career like my daughter's done and like Hannah and some other people in her class, it's just amazing what this has done for my family and particularly my daughter. Don't forget, it doesn't matter if it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or 15. It doesn't matter if you're a parent or alumni. Remember, this was only created, the money is created of people like us that are here today. And sooner or later, no matter if it's $100 or $5,000 or $100,000, whatever it is, just remember, every penny counts, and it's just not the people here. It does take some money, obviously. The last thing I want to do is again thank Pam and Chris for their hospitality and their staffing, which I think is very important. Be surrounded by good people. So, Chris, besides that, I'm proud again. Let me know when.
When you're ready.